So, welcome to this live session. Welcome to the Inner Circle Mastermind. Tonight, we are going to be discussing networking in a very unique way. It's not theory, it's not theory, it's not theory. We are going to be we'll be diving into the practical realms of networking, okay? So that you understand not just what it is about, but also how to do networking, okay? Whether you are extrovert or introvert or outrovert or any trovert at all, okay, networking is easy. It's one of the easiest things you could do. Really, it is. It is. Once you understand what it means and how to go about it, you'll find it very easy. I've worked with a lot of people. Good evening, Rita. I see you. Welcome, and I hope you've all been well. I hope you've been well. So one thing I want you to quickly do when you come in here is to let me know that you can hear me, and then drop a comment. Okay, drop a comment. Mention your name. I can already see your name, so just drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I want to be able to take stock. I want to be able to know who is actually following on this. I want to know who is still with me on this journey, because a lot of times people just join stuff, and once they get tired, they exit. I understand that. Okay, understand that you may have a lot of engagements taking your time, a lot of other training programs. Maybe it's school, or maybe it's not school. Maybe you are too distracted, or you have your own thing to run, you have your own wolf pack to lead, and all those things that are beautiful. Okay, so no, David. I don't know if to advise you. I think it would be better for you to focus on your exams. Okay, that one is understandable. Yeah, it's understandable. um I wouldn't even advise you to do anything, because look at the reason here. For anybody who is studying for exams, focus on your exams, because you don't even have time. The school systems now don't even care about you. A lot of schools don't care about you. What they care about is let them finish the semester and move to the next. That's what they, except you're attending a private school, of course. But for most public institutions, for most public universities, they are just after, oh, let's do and push out this set, let's do and move to the next thing, which is not right. Okay, so you want to be ready for anything that is happening. You want to be ready, okay, as much as possible. Utilize every opportunity to cover up your scheme, cover up whatever is going to come out in the exam, whether your lecturer give you area of concentration or they did not give you. Like your class rep, that's the way we did in our own time. Oh. I was a class representative, so my we always go to our lecturers and beg, please, sir. We all know what is at hand. We all know. It's not that we are bad students or lazy students, but it has happened. It has happened. We are not the ones who caused the COVID. We are not the ones who are owing you your salary that you are going for strike and all that. So just help us. Let's just finish. Let's just graduate. So yeah, occasionally they will be like, okay, this is where you read, this is where I'll set from, this and this and that and that. At the end of the day, the questions will obviously be shuffled. So they may give you like eight things to read up, and out of the eight, or out of the nine, it's just two that you finally see on the day of the exam. But not all of them. There are some of them that were very stubborn. Shishi, they will not tell you. Shishi, full stop, they will not tell you. You see, it's not good now. It's not good. You see how bad our system is. Imagine writing exam from Monday to Friday. No breathing space. It's not good. It's not good. Let's call it speed is speed. So how come it's those that are writing exams that are even here? How come? How come? How come it's those that are writing exams that are here? Is it that the messages I sent on the group did not deliver? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Good evening, Vivian. Good evening. It's been long. It's been long since I saw you on my session. You're welcome. You're welcome. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. Good evening. So, look at how I'm yawning. So, like I was saying, I don't know. I don't know. Some people will not even say anything. They will not welcome Ruth. They wouldn't, excuse themselves officially, and they'll just go. They'll stop attending sessions, and it's not nice. It's really not nice. It's not nice. You put up a session and they're not there. And me, I cannot pursue anybody. I can't come and start pursuing people in their houses. No. You have to be ready. You have to be willing to grow. You have to show me that you are willing to grow. Because at the end of the day, I will know the people I'm working with, right? I would know the people I'm working with. So good. Let's get over to the main thing we are talking about, right? Let's get over to it. Let's get over to it. Networking. Thank God. Thank God Ruth is here because you are basically the founder, the CEO of this topic. It's because of you that I decided to do this. So I know I even promised the last time. I promised us that I was going to teach on networking the last time we were live. Welcome, believe Elisha. Welcome. So I promised we were going to teach touch networking, but then I forgot. I really forgot. So so I'm glad that Ruth brought it up again. So this is going to be, you know, it's just going to be outstanding. I was trying to flip my notes here. I think I had some nuggets that I did long time ago on networking, but even if I don't find it, we are good to go. So, like I was saying, networking is all about connecting with people, transacting value with people, and building potential and immediate mutually beneficial relationships. And I'll break these things down. I'll break them down. Okay. Networking is about building potential mutually beneficial relationships. One, you are connecting with people, you are initiating conversations, you are getting to, attract that connection. That's the one. Connecting with people. Two, transacting value with people. Okay, transacting value with people. So it doesn't just end at connecting. When you end up connecting, you've just done a small portion of networking. If it's just connecting, hey, hello, hello, how are you? I'm this and that. I'm Chijoki Otiba, and you are what? You are Jane. Oh, let's connect. Do you have Instagram? Let me follow you on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. Blah blah blah. When it ends at that, and then you forget who that person is from that day, you don't relate in any way. You don't communicate. You don't share any form of value. You just ate a small chunk, a small piece of the cake, and the piece you ate is the tiniest, the smallest piece of that cake. That's what you just ate. When you end your connection, I mean your networking are just connections. Okay, so transacting value with people and building immediate and potential mutually beneficial relationships. I will explain what all these things mean. Immediate, you could connect to somebody right now, and right now you have a job. It happens that you are connecting to somebody, in fact, Let me not say this one, but you can connect to somebody right here, right now, or you go for an event and you introduce yourself. Oh, I am a video editor, an expert video editor, and somebody's like, oh wow, wow, wow. I've been looking for a video editor all my life. I've been seeing all the ones I've been seeing. I don't really trust them. Do you have some of your works? And you go, yes, yes, yes. Here's my phone. Oh, you mean you did this? So how much do you charge? If I want to hire you as my video editor, how much do you charge? And you are like, oh, I do 30,000 naira for a 1 minute video. And they're like, wow, wow. And this guy I saw was telling me 100K for a mini video, and he's not even as good as you are. So, and you're like, oh, I do that. Yes, I do that because I'm starting out and I'm still new in the industry. I really want to, connect with more people. So I would also need your help. You can mention me and refer me to your audience or your network and stuff like that. Now, by so doing, the person now says, oh yeah, let's get going. Send me your account number. I can give you let me give you your first contract immediately. Now you've gotten an immediate benefit from that relationship, right? The second one, which is potential, immediate or potential means in the long run. And this is where I want you to invest. You should think long term. As somebody who wants to connect with people, you should think long term. Why am I connecting with this person? Now, a lot of people get frustrated, and it makes them give up on networking too soon. It makes them give up on networking too soon because they they try to meet people, and after meeting people they feel like, I know a lot of people but I don't have a lot of money. Why is it that a lot of people are reacting to my posts but I don't have a lot of money? They're like, it's of no use, so they stop connecting. But that's because they don't think long term. If you think long term, there's this thing about human beings. Every single person on earth has innumerable potentials, innumerable chances. Okay, so the potentials in one person makes that person a gold mine. The person that you see today beside you in a bus, in a cab, might be the president of Nigeria in the next 10 to 15 years. Now, do you know what it means that the future president of Nigeria, or even the future president of United States of America, sat beside you in a cab, and you don't know, you could not recognize that potential? So everything just, in fact, you may have even quarreled the person while you pressing me, shift now, and all that. But here you have an opportunity to get a step closer to somebody else who is a bag of innumerable potentials. If you must do this thing long term, you have to start seeing the value in other people. You have to start seeing a lot of value in other people. I'm I'm not saying you should become an opportunist who thinks, oh, I have something to benefit from this person long term, so let me connect. No, you value people because they are people and their stories can change at any moment. It is not because you want something from them. No, that's far away. Okay? You respect them, you give them that honor due them as humans that they are. Okay, so the first thing you have to understand when it comes to networking that will make this journey easy for you is, it's not about you. It's not about what you can get from the relationship. It's not about the money you think you can get from that prospect. It's not about the direct recommendation or referral you will get from that friend. And this is why a lot of people spoil it. A lot of people mess up when it comes to networking because they are meeting you for the first time, and the next thing is, I need money for this, I need money for that. – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, – Somebody you are meeting for the first time, No bond, no relationship, nothing. I need money. Send me money, or send me airtime, or send me this. You are still thinking, and the next thing is, I'm contesting for Mr. Most Important of Africa. Vote me and send the link to all of your family members to vote me. Now, it's because of selfish networking that a lot of people run away from networking. I mean, a lot of great people, because they feel like you are going to intrude their spaces. That's why a lot of people who have money, they kind of look down. It's not that they look down, but they run away from other people because they feel like you are coming close to them to take. That is what they are used to. You will not blame them. Almost everybody who has come before you goes to such people, and all they do is, this your palms is fine, or this your bangle is fine, give me now. This your phone is fine, I lost my phone, can I have it? Can I take? you know so it's take mentality. For you to actually be good at networking, for you to do well at networking, you have to move away from take mentality and enter the give mentality, where the giver mentality, the giver attitude. Come from a point of abundance and not scarcity. Realize that there's a lot of value in you that you can give to the other party. You are not going there to depend. You are going because you have a lot to offer. Your confidence skyrockets. Your confidence jumps to the rooftops when you realize that, okay, I'm not empty handed. I am not empty handed. I have a lot to offer. That skill you have, that time you have, that youthfulness you have, that ability, that talent, that potential, it is something worthwhile. It is huge. It's too big to be ignored. So when you want to meet people, you meet them from the perspective of, okay, I'm confident enough. I know what I have or what I carry. Okay? So that's the one thing that will help you. Remove anything that makes you feel this is about me. Okay? Remove everything. That's usually why a lot of people are not confident, because they know, say if I beg this person now, he will say no. My ego will go down and all that. But when you come from the other side, it's a lot easier. Another thing is that you should realize that human beings are just humans. Nobody's gonna fight you. Nobody's gonna beat you. Nobody's going to war you for trying to connect with them. The worst you can ever receive is a no. The worst response you can ever get after attempting to network with people is no, I'm not interested. And that's fine. That's completely fine. We've been hardwired to hate and avert, run away from rejections. Meanwhile, if you actually want to scale through life, if you actually want to do better, you have to develop a tough skin to rejections. Very tough skin. You have to learn how to be happy when people say no to you. Okay? That's another thing that would help you. Dare to ask, dare to reach out. Nobody, people are not masquerades. They are just humans. They are only humans. At their best days, they are humans. At their worst days, they are still human beings. Capitalize on that. No matter who they are, whether you see the person and the person looks like a king or a doctor or a nurse or a whatever, at his best or her best, he or she is still human. Okay? Believe me that most times when you see people and you are scared to connect, some of those people are just like you. They are not proud, they are not abstract, they are not some, strange inhuman objects. They are just like you, who are also afraid to connect with other people, or even afraid to connect with you. So you can be sitting next to somebody in a conference, in a physical event, and both of you are just looking at your phones because you are too nervous, you are too shy, you are afraid. He's looking at his phone, you think he's doing it because he's a big boy. No, he's thinking, this lady beside me, I want to connect to, but let me just continue pressing my phone. That's how both of you will press phone till the end of the event. You dust your buttocks and get up and go. Meanwhile, these are two people who would have done very great, powerful things together. Two people who would have built great teams. Two people who would have probably even gotten married. Who knows? But yes, you want to press phone. So you must see it as a matter of urgency if you want to really be good at networking. If you want to be good at connecting with people, you have to see it as a thing of urgency. Your business depends on this to a huge extent. Your business depends on it. Opportunities that will come to you, the jobs you will get, a lot of those things are dependent on your network. In fact, that you will have sense, eh? That you will have sense. Sometimes it's the kind of people you connect with that will influence the amount of sense you have. Whether you have sense or not, to a huge extent, it's dependent on your network. So it used to be show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. These days we don't say that anymore. We use show me five of your friends and I will show you your future. Okay? So let me go into the strategies. I know this is what you've been waiting for. I've done a lot of intro. Fine. Let me go straight into the strategies. So let's say you meet a stranger. I'll tell you all the things I do. Me, I said I'll do background here. If you want theory, go and read my book. If you want to know the all the bobo tibo of networking, go and get my book on networking and read it. If you want to go deeper into the subject, yeah, go and read the book. But this night, let's do practical, okay? So you see somebody in a cab, a stranger. Let me tell you what I did today, how I connected with a lady, one lady that entered cab with me. Now, when she came in, I looked at her. To me, she looked like somebody who has a small business and sells human hair. Strangely, in fact, I find strangely it happened that she sells human hair. She also does makeup. So when she came in, I told her, uh, um, I told her, okay, I was just observing. She came in and we were going. I didn't talk. She didn't talk. Nobody talked. We were just there. So I was like, let me just engage this lady in a conversation. So the first thing I did was to ask her politely, do you mind having a conversation? This is a very good way to start a conversation with a stranger. Hello, do you mind having a conversation? Or if you have something in common, you can use that. That's your point of contact. So if you live in the same street, for example, and you've been seeing the person every time, you can start a conversation like, hello, good evening, I'm Chijoko Tiba and I live around here and I've been seeing you almost every day. I've been seeing you around almost every time. I think you stay around here as well. Once you are able to get the person to say jack, once you're able to get the person to say anything, you've won the conversation over. It's now you left for you to sustain the conversation at that moment. So hello, okay, thank you so much for asking. Yeah, so I stay around here. I'm now talking as the other party. I stay around here and I usually come here to buy things every evening. And you're like, oh, no wonder, no wonder. Interesting. Good to see you, right? Good to see you. What do you do? I'm curious to know what you do. Where do you work? And they're like, okay, I'm a lawyer. I work with Federal Ministry of Finance. And how about you? and I go, oh, I'm a physiotherapist and I work with the National Hospital Abuja. Okay, that's interesting. So, what else do you do apart from, just let the conversation flow one chapter after the other? Okay, so tell me a bit more about what you do as a lawyer working in the Ministry of Finance. Let me know, tell me a bit more about what you do, or tell me more about what you do. I'll be glad to know. With that, you've already captured the moment, and the next thing for you to do is to shoot for your call to action. Get the contact. Okay, I would love to keep in touch with you. Can I have your contact? Can I have your WhatsApp? Can I have your Instagram? Be specific with what you are asking, because you can say, can I connect with you on social media, and the person gives you Facebook or gives you Instagram. Maybe they have 36,000 followers, so they just want you to join as an additional follower. Meanwhile, where they really, really chat is WhatsApp. So why not ask them, okay, can I have your WhatsApp, or can I have your phone number and stuff? And you connect. Now, the purpose of ensuring to do that connection is you get to a point where, because you're already connected, whenever you make content, whenever you put out content online, those people who have already, who have already connected with you are still the same people who are going to see the content you are pushing out, because you are connected. Because you are connected. So by the virtue of them seeing what you do, okay, so Vivian keeps talking about this person keeps talking about this. Whenever they need your service, they'll come to you. When they want to refer somebody for something that you do, they would equally come to you. I hope it's clear. Is it making sense? I would really love to get feedback from you. Is it making sense? Okay. Is it making sense? I would love to know. I would love to know. So let me know when you get to this point. Or maybe I should wait here and get feedback first. So when you get here, just you can speed up your viewer, speed up the video on YouTube, so that you can catch up if you are still lagging behind. So one thing I also want you to do is, thank you, Vivian. One thing I also want you to do is give me examples, give me a scenario of the kind of people you want to connect with, where you want to connect with them, anybody, anywhere, anytime at all. Just paint a picture. Maybe there's somebody you want to connect with, even if the person is your crush. Tell me here, just tell me. I'll tell you how. Honestly, the principles of networking are fundamental. I mean, those fundamental principles do not change. They are the same for anything. Whether you want to get to know a lady that you like, or a guy that you like, or whatever, or you want to connect with a potential employer, or you want to connect with one random person you see in a random place, the principles basically are the same. Okay. I talked about the point of contact. What that does is it puts people in a psychological safe zone. Human beings are wired to be afraid of like of what do you call intrusion. So we feel like we have a safe space somewhere, and when people come close to that safe space, we begin to protest. That protest is manifested by anxiety, by nervousness, by that shaking and jitteriness, by increased heartbeats, okay, sweating sometimes, stammering or stuttering sometimes, So when people are getting too close to your comfort zone, your comfort region, your body will start protesting. But when the person comes with a safe mechanism, comes with, oh, we attend the same church. I was in the trauma resource today, in the resuscitation unit in the hospital today, and I was seeing. Okay, one of my colleagues called me to come and help her and see one of her patients there. So the guy had a fracture, broke his leg, and they were administering. They had already administered POP. They splinted. They kind of held it in place with POP and bandage, so that it doesn't further displace, so that the bone can heal um appropriately. Okay, so what happened? What happened when I came in there? It got to a point. The boy's mom's phone rang, and it was like I could hear the voice of my pastor, my senior pastor, as a ringing tone. Okay, so immediately I heard it. I turned and looked at the woman and said, "Oh, is that Pastor Paul Enenche?" She said, "Yes." And she looked at me like, "Wow, okay." I said, "That's my church, oh, that's my church, that's my pastor." And she was like, "Oh, cool." She started giving me that brother vibes. The next thing, the woman opened up, like she started smiling, she relaxed before. Sometimes these people, caregivers of patients in the hospital have a strange way of looking at professionals. I mean, of looking at clinicians, nurses, doctors, and all, because they feel like some of those doctors are harsh or something like that. They just feel like you don't understand their condition. So you're just doing anyhow. But the moment that happened, she became lively. We started talking like brothers and sisters and stuff like that. Why? That psychological safe zone. You must be observant if you want to be a good networker. If you want to be very good at networking, you must be observant. You must have good attention and listening skills. You must be able to pay attention to the littlest details. Something as small as somebody's profile, what's it called, screensaver, has helped me connect before in a cab. This one too is in a cab. So this lady was beside me, and she opened her phone, and immediately I saw her screensaver. She looked to me like somebody who will be a radio presenter. So I just tapped her and said, "Oh, you seem to me like you are in the media." She looked at me immediately and like, who are you? Like that who are you vibe. Who is this guy that is saying this thing? And I was actually right, you know. She was like, "Yes, I worked in the media before. I worked in this and that." And I told her, "Okay, you do radio presenting as well?" "Yes, I do radio presenting." And we got talking. "How did you know?" I said, "I looked at your profile picture. I looked at your, not your profile picture, your lock screen image, your screensaver, and you look to me like somebody who will be in the media." She looked at me and she laughed. "How can you know somebody who will be in the media from the display, from the screensaver?" Me, I say, "Sure, I don't know. It just looked to me like somebody who will be in the media." She was impressed. I mean, from there we connected. Next thing, I asked her for her contact. She gave it to me gladly. And like I said, be ready for rejections. Be ready for people that will say, "Who are you? Why should you? Why should I give you my number?" Be ready for those people. I told the story the other time of how I tried to connect with a lady, and she showed me her ring and told me I'm married. I mean, you can't give me your WhatsApp number because you are married. Wow. A small thing I would have told her, "Auntie, I'm not chiking you." That's not what I'm here for. But I respect her decision, I respect her opinion, I respect her experiences, because you never can tell what experiences she has had with men, especially some men that don't have sense. Yeah. So I wouldn't blame that on myself, right? I won't blame her as well. I understand. So I have to be ready. If a no comes, embrace it with your full chest and move on to the next person. But the only thing is try. You have to be able to expand that threshold of fear, because the fear and anxiety that you are living with has been planted in you by society, by your upbringing, by your indwelling personality. But what you need to do is to flip the switch on it, is to try to start doing those things that you used to find very difficult. Those things that scare you, those things that make you nervous and jittery, you need to start doing them the more. In that event, go ahead and meet people. Break your resistance, break your internal resistance. Go on Facebook, go live, try and connect with people on Facebook, on your live sessions. Try and connect with people. Okay? Try. So let me even do something here. Let me do something here. And one of the things you have to be ready for is have your answers ready. Have answers to common questions ready. Okay? Have answers to common questions ready. Questions like questions like what do you do? Because people are going to ask that a lot, and you are going to ask people, so you need to be ready because they will reverse the question. Okay, so have those questions, have answers to them ready, so that you can pull them anytime. So do and do. Introduce yourself with every opportunity you get. When you go live, introduce yourself, talk about what you do, and invite people to do same. So me, I want to do a small demo now. Somebody should come up stage. Ruth, click on the link and come up stage. If you are here, you can click on the link and come up stage. Anybody can click on the link as well. Okay? There are so many ways to build that relationship, sustain the conversation. So many ways. So many ways. You can use compliments. You can use compliments to start a conversation. Oh, wow. I love your hair. This is the first time I'm actually seeing this kind of hair in Nigeria. Ruth, come up stage. Oh, interesting. I love the way you contributed during that session in the so and so leadership training. I love the way you talked inside the hall. Your voice is so clear, your speech is well articulated. I would like to connect with you. In fact, I would like to be like you when I grew up. That kind of throwing in humor as well. You know, it helps bond with the person you want to connect with. You want to what is it called, you want to connect with somebody and you're like, okay, you look around, you can't really put your hand on something, and you look at the shoe, and the shoe shine. Shoe was, I mean, looking good to you, and you're like, oh wow, hello young man, I love these shoes. The shoes are entering my eyes. I really admire the shoes. They are so nice, you know and they're like, oh, thank you so much, thank you so much. Why don't you want to, you can throw in some humor. Why don't you tell me to come and collect it? Or why don't you want to dash me? Or I would really love to have it. Something like that, jokingly. And before you know it, oh, I would really like to connect with you. I would like to have your contact if you don't mind. Simple, simple. You've initiated a conversation, you've kept it going for a while, and you've asked for the close, you've asked for the contact. That's one of the ways you can easily build. Okay, let me add you to stream, and Vivian Claire. Oh, Vivian, wow.
Hi,
Vivian,
okay, how you doing?
you're
Hi, everyone.
welcome.
Hi, Ruth.
Yeah? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes, sir.
can.
Good evening. Hi,
Okay,
Vivian. Good evening.
Hi,
Good
Ruth.
evening.
Sorry, sir.
Good
I didn't
evening.
know when you wanted to come live. Oh, I was behind, like very, very behind. I had to fast forward my video.
Hey, that's good. That's good. So I said, give me an example of somebody you want to connect with. Throw in an example, and I'll tell you how to go about it.
Okay, an example like maybe an offline event, though I've not been
Mm-hmm.
in any offline event. So I'm trying
Yeah.
to, prepare myself ahead because I see many people, they'll be like, they went for this event, they got maybe writing gigs, or as a fashion designer, they got, people that they connected with, people that they connected with, and they make clothes for them and all that. So
Yes.
sometimes you would like to talk to them. You now be like, what should I even ask them? Right? But
Mm.
although you mentioned some of those things that you can, start up the conversation with, but sometimes
Yeah.
these people be like, why are you poking nose in what doesn't concern you? Something of that nature. And my kind of person is the kind of person that I mind my own business. I don't need wahala. Don't give me wahala. But sometimes some things are meant to be, and some things are necessary to, to put out there, no matter the kind of introvert or whatever temperament you have. So maybe I want to connect with someone like, how who should I even, maybe I've not met you before. Let me take you as an example. I've
Okay.
not met you before. Then I want to connect
Yeah.
with you, and seeing the, degree or where you belong to, I'll be like, this person is not even my size. I never even reached this kind level. So why
Mm.
or who am I to, go into having a conversation with him, right? So how
Yeah.
will I even start it, knowing that, especially you as multi-potentialite, so be like, nah, where will I
Okay.
even start from? I don't even have anything I introduce myself with. So how do I start that kind of, introduction or whatever I can call it? I don't even know.
Okay. Good.
So that you not
Good.
I will not go there and disgrace my stuff.
No problems. No problems. Okay. So Vivian, you can ask your question as well. Or you can say anything you want to say. Then I'll put them together and answer.
Oh, okay. I don't have any question. I just came on board because you asked that we click the link and come on board. So I think
Oh,
it's
okay, okay, okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Don't go. Please stay on board. Stay on
all right.
board. So we'll do a demo session. So like I was saying, like I was saying, the first thing you have to realize, Ruth, is that I'm not a masquerade. In fact, the thing is, whenever I go for physical events, any single person who comes to me and wants to connect, I grant them that access. You understand? I grant them the access, because it's something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't muster up the courage. Like, if there are 90, or if there are 100 people, 99 are thinking the way you are thinking, and it's causing them to be restricted. you know they feel like, this guy is famous, is popular. It's all the events I've attended in this Abuja. There's no way, I will not collect the phone number of at least two or three, or let's say at least one of the speakers. There's no way, because at the end of the day, those are the people I want to be playing in their leagues. Those are the people I want to be seeing their updates more. Those are the people I want them to be seeing what I'm doing. They may not patronize you at the moment. A lot of people misconstrue the concept of benefiting from things like this, or the concept of value, or getting a gig or something like that. Reward. They want immediate reward and immediate gratification. They want it to be, oh, this guy saw me in a conference today, then tomorrow he has given me a gig worth $1 million. No, sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's not. They may not even need your service, but they can give you a very powerful mention. Okay, you do fashion design, or you sew cloth, and then you meet somebody at an event, The person doesn't buy. Don't even make the mistake of trying to pressure those people to get you buy to use your service. But they could hang around your brand for a while, and because you've created a memorable experience. In fact, most times you can build a long lasting experience from one conversation. One of the things I do whenever I go for events is I try to make myself stand out. I try to be memorable. If you watch some of the events I've attended, if you've watched live, there's no way you will not see me stand up. All of the events I've attended in Abuja, I stood up, and it's intentional. I'm standing up either to answer a question or to ask a question. I did that in this guy Joseph Etting's event that he organized, Young People Connect conference here in Abuja. Asked the question, a very long question. The question was very strategic. It was about multi potentiality, you know. And from there, people got to know me. And sometimes if I want to ask the question, I'll introduce myself first. It's strategic, it's intentional. Hello, okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much to the amazing speakers. This was really amazing. I mean, this is very, very, very powerful, top notch. I appreciate the guest speakers for taking out their time to teach us all this. And so, my question is, in fact, no, my question is, I am Chijoke Otiba. I happen to be a multi potentialite. And one of the problems I faced earlier was everyone around me kept trying to convince me that I was going to fail if I don't pick only one thing to do in my life. I disagreed with them, and I went ahead to launch my brand as a multi potentialite. I do speaking, I do writing, I do corporate training, and I am a physiotherapist. I've been able to build to the extent where I can combine these things, or I can offer the services independently, and I do not find a problem with that. But here is the issue. I see a lot of these people keep pushing this thing as rules for every young person starting out, but I don't think the same. So I would like to know from your own perspective, what do you think is a better advice for young people who are multi-talented and multi-passionate? Now, before I ask this kind of question, I will know who I am asking. Oh, I will know what the most likely answer would be from the person I'm asking. Now, do you know that from this statement I made, I've sold myself, and then people will keep looking. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like, oh wow, this guy that is speaking so well. You know, so I've had people that I met in one conference, and after like 4 5 months, we meet in another conference again, and they're like, "I remember you. I remember you from Connect conference." And me, I don't remember them. Why? I made myself memorable. I stood out. So after that, mm, I will ensure, because I have made myself stand out. I answer question, I ask question, I engage, I give feedback. In fact, while the speakers are still speaking, I'm already connecting with them on social media. You will see me reposting some of the nuggets that they are saying. Then when we are done, I go and say thank you in a special way. Now, what do I mean? This person you want to connect with, if the person is a big figure that oh, this guy is, figure, go online and do a little research, do your assignments, do it very tiny research. It doesn't have to be too much. Do a small research. You are going way above what other people would do. Then when you come to the person, you can, oh, Mr. Chinedu, Mr. Chijoke, I've been following your work online since 2020. I've always been engaging on your posts or something like that. Don't lie, you. If you are not been engaging on my post, don't say you have been, oh, because so I'm just saying. I've always been engaging on your post. I've been reading almost all your contents. Like I usually get to save your contents. Like, I admire you a lot, and seeing you in this conference, I mean, I was really blessed by your presence, and that question you asked, it helped me. There was a lady that did that to me in the last event, one tech event I attended here in Abuja, and the lady sat beside me. Although she didn't do it because she wanted to connect, but she was just being herself. After I asked that question about being multi-potentialite, this lady looked at me and she was like, "Thank you. Thank you so much." I was like, "Hey, okay, oh." And cool, cool, Elizabeth, good. She told me, "This question you just asked really helped me like overcome some mental fog, overcome a lot of things that was bothering me, and you just asked it and it was dissolved. Thank you so much." Now, if that kind of person meets, if she had met me after the conference and said that, that would have been, it would have been a very perfect way to slide me into my heart. So you come in that direction, you come from that angle. I was watching you when you were asking the question. You speak so well. Are you a public speaker? Now, even if they say no, you've made your point, you've made your mark. You are making yourself stand out, you are making yourself memorable. Okay? Like I said, gratitude. So if the person is a speaker and I go to the person, "Oh, thank you so much. Your session was really powerful. You really helped me understand this concept and stuff like that." This is something a lot of people in our generation will never do. Yes, it's something a lot of young people would never do. To say thank you, no. So it's like you are taking the path of the 1% of people. 99% of people will typically run away. They've gotten what they want, so they will run. I was heartbroken at some point when my friend, my classmate then, attended one of my sessions online on WhatsApp. And immediately after I finished teaching, this guy left the group. And I was like, "Oh, if it's any other person, I can condone it. But him leaving the group at that point, no, 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 I'll confront him." So I confronted the guy. I confronted him, and do you know what he had the guts to tell me? He told me, "Hey, I've starred the parts I need." So he just copied the parts and he starred it, marked it as important, the parts you need, the things I said that you feel you need, and you left the group. You do not even care to say thank you, even if it is thanks or TNX, for the person who taught you, despite the fact that we are classmates. I felt bad that I told him. I was like, he did not know it to make me feel bad and stuff. Oh my goodness, my nostrils are blocking up because I'm under the fan. So let me turn this off. So like I was saying, are you still with me? Good evening, Adeze. Good evening, Adeze. Good to have you here. Although you are 1 hour late. Sorry. So, like I was saying, a lot of people are not wired to show that gratitude. But for many of those people, whenever I encounter them, I go the extra mile. I go and send them messages, thank you messages from their social media platforms. So I go and check their recent engagements on social media. Type the name online, you will see the platforms. Check on Twitter, check on Facebook, check on Instagram. Where do they post more often? You can see their Instagram last post 6 months ago. You check Twitter, last post seven maybe 2 months ago, and you check Facebook, last post was the morning before that event. That morning before the event, and they are posting consistently there. You know, maybe they may not even have a lot of followers there, but that's where they are posting. So you can go there and you can make a public post and thank and appreciate them. You can also come to the DM and send a message that will make them happy, something they would even want to repost. That's one of the ways you stay. I've done this a lot of times, and it came to the point where some of those speakers, if they see me anywhere, they will recognize me. Why? Out of the hundreds of people attending those events, out of the thousands of people they've spoken to, they can see Chijoke on the road and they will call me by my name. I know one of them. I won't call his name here. But we met in one event. The next time I met him, I attended his church and I saw him in the place. I didn't know that was the church he attended. He used to attend. So he was able to recognize me by my name. He was able to call my name. You know, Someone who I know, he's very popular, he's very famous. I mean, he's very famous. He's playing in the big guys league. But I stood out. That's the power of gratitude. I stood out. I did something I knew that many people don't care to do. The parable of the 10 lepers. Jesus healed 10, right? Told them to go show themselves to the priest. They left happily, rejoicing. One came back to say thank you, and we all know that it was that one who received the whole healing, the holistic healing. He was the only one who was made whole. Probably others would have been, yeah, they would have still been taken care of. The leper will still be taken care of. But there's something different about that word whole, being made whole. Okay? So it's something you shouldn't joke with. I'm just giving you this as an additional bonus tip. Okay? But at the end of the day, see, connecting with these people is easy. Like I said, anticipate the no, anticipate the rejection. Some of them are, for some it's pride, for some it's just natural selection. They've gotten to a certain point in their lives, and you shouldn't blame them for that. That they may not want to connect with certain people because they don't even have time. So maybe immediately they are done, people are crowding around them. They don't have time. Just like the recent tech event I attended in Abuja. MI, the Nigerian musician MI came. I was able to take a picture with him, but he did not know. He didn't know that I took it. He was just standing in the red carpet. Me, I came and joined, and somebody sharp sharp took a picture. And I carried my phone, and JJ, I was leaving. I did not bother myself to even go and start the store because it would look like you're pestering. There were so many people clustered around him. Am I? Me, well, he's not really the kind of person I would stress so much to connect with. He's into music and arts. I'm not so much into music, so I don't fancy his music. I don't like his music. I've never, played his music for once from beginning to end. I don't even play music. So what will I be telling him? What will I be? I just left him. But there'll be somebody like Fela Durutoye, somebody like Banky Wellington, somebody like what is his name again? Um, all these people, Jimmy Tewe and co, who are into the impact space or edu influencers. These are the kind of people that if I had the chance, I would literally wait. I would literally wait for them to be done with whatever they are doing so I can get a chance to have a conversation with them. Okay? So that's it. That's it. Um who else did I want to cite as an example? I said, yeah, some of them could say no, typically, like, I'm not interested in connecting with you. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? For some of them, it's time. They don't have time to start exchanging numbers and stuff like that. So you can just tell one of them I met in that conference, the same conference. I just told him, oh, I would love to connect with you. Can I connect with you on WhatsApp? And the guy was like, oh, no problem, but just send me a message via my IG. Ask the convener for my IG. He'll give it to you. Send me a message. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, thank you, sir. And I did not collect. I didn't collect because me and IG, I'm still even trying to understand what's the whole how the whole IG thing works, and so yeah, I do that. I do IG, but not like full time. The way I do my WhatsApp and do my Facebook. So you make that commitment to always reach out to those guys, those kind of people, because really you want them to start seeing what you do. Stop playing in your dark room. Stop winking in the dark room. Get connected, guys. Get connected. You shouldn't. There's no really, really no barrier for you. Okay. So let me know if you want to come up stage and ask any question or make any contribution. Where's Vivian? Vivian has left. Vivian has disappeared. Okay, we're done for tonight. We're done for tonight, basically. Okay,
Yeah.
Ruth, you're welcome. Yeah, Ruth, hope I answered your question.
Yes, yes, yes. Though the
Okay.
journey will not be easy.
The what?
The journey will not be easy now.
It doesn't have to be easy. It doesn't have to be easy. It doesn't have to be easy. You just have to give it a shot. Go and
Yeah.
try. This thing is not hard. Be you. Sincerely, this is the most underrated advice. Be you. Hello, sir. I really want to connect with you. I've even been scared of reaching out because I felt, these big people, you may not reply or something. Just be you. You understand? I read
Yeah.
your bio, and I noticed you do this. You do content writing. I know you're one of the four, like one of the leading names in the content writing space. I'm getting into the content writing industry. I'm new to this industry, and I've always looked forward to meeting somebody like you that I can always look up to. Do you understand? Nobody in
Yes,
his
sir.
right senses would turn down such a well crafted pitch. Okay, and then when they go, oh, what do you do? Tell me about what you do. I would love to know. Don't go and start jittering. Sir, I don't do much. I'm just there. No, have your pitch ready, okay, and be willing to listen. Some of them can even start coaching you right there, you know, because you've triggered something in them, and it will make them want to show themselves. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So what do you do? I do content writing. What kind of content do you write? I write books and I write poems. And okay, just send me a sample of your poem. I'd love to have a look. You know, I'd love to have a look at it. Send it to my email or send it to my WhatsApp. Maybe you're like, okay, so I would like to have your number. From there, you've collected contact. It is not a must for you to keep up with everybody you connect with, but this is the secret to keeping up. You mustn't keep up with everybody, you mustn't keep up every time. So it doesn't mean that when you collect my contact or anybody you collect their contact, that you have to be sending them message every day. Good morning, sir. I'm sending this message to keep a relationship with you. I'm sending this so that you will know I still exist and I love you. Although it's not necessary. It's not important. Oh, imagine that's even what Elizabeth is asking now. Strangely. So that's what I'm answering already, Elizabeth. So you don't have to keep up conversation. What you would do is look for hinges. Look for hinges and hooks. What do I mean by hinges and hooks? Look out for their special days, birthday anniversaries. Look out for their special wins. Say they won an award or they completed a course, finished something. graduated from school, did an advanced program, registered somewhere. There's a special win they are celebrating and they are always posting it. Those people you want to keep in touch with, right? Go and celebrate them. Repost it if possible. That's one of the ways you can show them that, oh yeah, I see you, sir. I see what you are doing there. Look for their memorable events. If possible, volunteer for their programs if you can. Okay? Be in their faces, but not like you are trying to do it all the time by fire by force. No, you know what you are looking for, you know what you are doing. Don't be under pressure to keep up conversation every single day. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Okay? You can start conversations with anything, basically anything. Hello, sir. How are you doing today? I just decided to stop by and check in. I trust you are doing well. Is there any challenge you are having that I can help with? Of course, the word can means there's a possibility of cannot. So if they tell you the one that is bigger than your power, you will tell them it's bigger. That this is how you can assist. Okay? Engage in their post, engage in their content, engage. That's the fastest way to keep in touch. See, forget every other thing. You see, me, when I post and a particular set of people keep engaging, a particular set of people keep commenting, keep reacting. When I host a live session, I see a particular set group of people who join my live session. There's no way I will not feel invested. You know, there's no way I'll just wake up one day and forget you. It's not possible. It's not. Okay, so you have to make that sacrifice to show up at their events. To them, those things mean way more than you can ever imagine. If you are hosting an event, if you have ever hosted an event, you will know what I'm talking about. You struggle and struggle and struggle, gather people, and at the end of the day, you go live and it's only 12 people who are watching you. Now look at this inner circle meeting now. Only four, only four people, only four that I see live. Now this is what I want to even do. This is what I want to even to do. I want all of you who are here to send me a message on WhatsApp. Okay, send me a message on WhatsApp and put in your. I mean, those who are here live. Oh, I know those who are here live. If it's replay, don't worry. But if you are here live, send me a message on WhatsApp and tell me. So I'm just thinking of what to do because that's the issue. You know, most times you see these people. They okay, we are five now. They organize events, and sometimes they organize the events. They don't have people volunteering. They don't even have people showing up. After planning for 50 people, you come there and you see 16 people. So those 16 people, they will feel emotionally indebted to those people and they will feel grateful. Okay? So be in their faces by showing up at events. I've said many things, showing up at their events, commenting on their posts, using their special days because those special days are really what will help you. You don't expect, I said it earlier, you don't expect to be in their faces every single time. But when have a birthday, they lose a loved one, or there's a new birth in the family, or something that they are rejoicing for or celebrating, just show them that once in a while green light. Oh, congratulations, sir. This is well deserved. You stop there, carry your mat, and go to your house and leave the rest for them to decipher. Okay? So that's it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Elizabeth. So I want to see you all practicing. I want to see you all practicing. I want to receive updates from you. I want feedback from you. Ruth, Adeze, Elizabeth, everyone, Vivian, everyone. Okay, go ahead and practice these things. Do them often and on, and come back and tell me this is how it went. I would love to see the feedback at least by Wednesday. All of you should have had an experience connecting with at least two people that you never knew before. Go ahead and go and meet people. Do the introduction. Don't be afraid. Nobody will fight you. Do the introduction. Exchange contact. Seal that relationship. Seal it. Exchange contact. Give them your own contact. That's what I wanted to
So,
address. Yeah, go ahead.
um, hope these tips or this ones you say it can be applicable both online since we might not.
Definitely.
Okay, don't worry about the might
Yes.
not. Answered it already.
Okay. And always remember to indicate interest in the other party. Don't be so self-centered that you only talk about yourself and forget that you are also expected to listen. Networking has a lot to do with listening, your listening skills, your rapport, your body language psychology, and all those things. I put them into my book. I put them into that book on networking. If you want to go deep, if I would suggest you get the book and read, you know. But um what was I saying? Networking is way easier when you indicate interest in the other party. Let them know you are also interested in them. Okay, after talking about yourself, give them opportunity to talk about themselves. Now look at one strategy I use. Look at one thing I do. I get to meet people at events. And because I'm a multi-dimensional person, I'm a multi-potentialite, I do a lot of things. I want to know which part of me would this person need. So I ask the person, what do you do first? What do you do? Tell me about yourself. And by the time they are done going, I will now know the part of me to emphasize on. So I can tell you, oh, I'm Chijoko Tiba. I'm a physiotherapist and life coach. I do public speaking. I train corporate brands and individuals, and I also, you know, I write. That's like a small summary. But basically, I get to also tell you other things in a nutshell. So I'm like, oh, but I do a lot of things though. I do a lot of other things, and I train on a wide range of topics. Now, if you now want to know, I can start taking you in. But if not, I will find that one you said. So let's say, for example, that you said you are a mental health activist. I can come from my perspective of mental health. Oh, I'm also a mental health advocate. I've been hosted in this and this and this to talk about this when it comes to mental health. Or if I have a book on that area, I can talk about it. So you can tell me, oh, I'm a teacher. Okay, I'm a teacher who is interested in training other teachers, and I start from my angle, my experience in the field of education and teaching, learner psychology, pedagogy, and the rest of them. I'll start bringing it into the conversation because I already know your own side of the story. So that's why sometimes I let people talk about themselves first, then I'll start coming from my own angle. That's you showing interest in what they do. And when you begin to have conversations around their interest, it makes the conversation flow. It makes them bond more with you because they feel like, oh, this guy really understands what I'm about. He's really interested in making this connection. Do you understand? Okay. Are you still with me? Okay, good, 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 good. So thank you all for joining. Let me leave you to go and rest. We'll continue next week. I hope the session has been of immense help to you. I'd love to have your feedback on this. Yeah, I'd love to have your feedback. So send me your feedback if you attended the session tonight. Send it to me via my DM. Okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful night rest. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Sure.